Hey guys, it's RX Science here, and today I'm back with another video about science, of course. And in today's video, I'll teach you about plant and animal cells. So let's get started. So what are cells? I explained this in my circulatory system video, but the thing is, red blood cells, white blood cells are different from these cells. Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. The human body is composed of trillions of cells. Cells have many parts, each with a different function. Some of these parts, called organelles, are specialized structures that perform certain tasks within the cell. So of course I'll tell you about each and every part of a cell. And also forgive me if I mispronounce anything here. So plant cells. You can see a picture of plant cells on the right. So yeah, plant cells are the basic unit of life in organisms of the kingdom Plantae. They're eukaryotic cells which have true nucleus along with specialized structures called organelles that carry out different functions, as I already said. Plant cells have special organelles called chloroplast, which create sugar via photosynthesis. And in the next few slides, I'll explain each part of a plant cell. Sorry about that. So on the right, you can see a picture of a cell wall. So the cell wall surrounds the cell membrane of plant cells and provides protection against mechanical and osmotic stress. It also allows cells to develop turgor pressure, which is the pressure of the cell contents against the cell wall. Now I'll tell you about cell membranes. So the cell membrane is like a membrane that allows certain substances to pass through it, while not allowing the passage of others. Sorry about that. Okay. So this is how the cells of maple trees secrete these sugars we use for making maple syrup. And on the right you can see what the cell membrane looks like. It actually doesn't look like, but a basic idea of it. Now I'll tell you about the nucleus. It stores the cell's DNA and it coordinates the cell's activities, which include growth, protein synthesis, and reproduction, which is also known as cell division. Only the cells of advanced organisms have a nucleus. Now I'll tell you about plastids. They're membrane-bound organelles that have their own DNA. They're necessary to store starch to carry out the process of photosynthesis. It is also used in the synthesis of many molecules which form the building blocks of the cell. Now I'll tell you about the parts of a plastid. That's why these don't have pictures, since they're in this picture right here. Chloroplast. The chloroplast is shaped like a disc. Each chloroplast contains a green-colored pigment called chlorophyll, required for the process of photosynthesis. The chlorophyll absorbs light energy from the sun and uses it to transform carbon dioxide and water into glucose. Also, there's chromoplast. Remember, chloroplast and chromoplast are different. So they're heterogeneous, colored plastid, which is responsible for pigment synthesis and for storage in photosynthetic organisms. Chromoplasts have red, orange, and yellow colored pigments which provide color to all ripe fruits and flowers. The central vacuole occupies around 30% of the cell's volume in a mature plant cell. Tonoplast is a membrane that surrounds the central vacuole. The vital function of a central vacuole, apart from storage, is to sustain turgor pressure against the cell wall. And yeah, that's basically it. The Golgi apparatus, I'll tell you about that right now. And they're found in all good cells, like professional cells, which are involved in distributing synthesized macromolecules to various parts of these cells. Now I'll tell you about ribosomes. They're the smallest membrane-bound organelles which comprise to RNA and protein. They are sites for protein synthesis, hence also referred to as the protein factories of the cell. Now I'll tell you about mitochondria. They are double membrane organelles found in cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells. They provide energy by breaking down carbohydrate and sugar molecules, and they are referred to the powerhouse of the cell. Now I'll tell you about lysosomes. Lysosomes are called as suicidal bags as they hold digestive enzymes in an enclosed membrane. They perform the function of cellular waste disposal by digesting worn-out organelles, food particle, and foreign bodies in the cell. Now I will tell you about animal cells. Animal cells are the basic unit of life in organisms in the kingdom Animalia. They are eukaryotic cells, meaning they have a true nucleus and specialized structures called organelles that carry out different functions. Now, plant cells and animal cells don't have that much of a difference, really. So here I'll tell you the only differences between them. Plant cells can be larger than animal cells, but beyond size, the main structural differences between plant and animal cells is that plant cells have more structures. These structures include chloroplast, of course because they can't do photosynthesis. Animals can't do photosynthesis. The cell wall and vacuoles. And yeah, that would be it for plant and animal cells, and hope you learned something new, and bye for now. Bye.